Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. Today we got various things to discuss and show off. So one thing is I got a package in the mail today that is going on one of the cars that will be coming up soon. And I'm not going to say who it's from or what it is yet, but it will pair nicely with the package I already ordered from that person a while ago, and it's going on the same build. So these will be coming up very, very soon. So this one I bought, this one was sent to me, and thank you very much for sending this to me. I will do a complete video on those very soon, but I'm not going to go into them right now. We got in the mail a letter from Greenhawks RC. So also got a very nice set of stickers. So one's going up on the board, one's going to be kept for, you know, possibly the toolbox or something else. And a very nice letter from James, Taylor, and Mumu over at Greenhawks RC. So thank you very much for the nice personalized letter that will go into the collection of nice things I've gotten. And anybody that's ever sent anything to the channel, a letter, a sticker, or whatever, a postcard, you know, I've kept it. There's a box in here, and I have a small box out in the garage where I've kept all of those letters. So that's going in the safe spot, and this is going to go up on the sticker board. So give me 1 second. All right, so we've got Greenhawks RC up on the board. Please go down and link below. If you guys have not watched them, go down and link in the description below. There'll be a link to their channel. Head over there after you get done watching this and check their channel out. They have various different cars. They run them around in parking lots and grass lots, you know, dirt fields, whatever. James has a really nice collection of some really nice cars that, you know, he does little showpieces and, you know, photo collages of and stuff like that, and, you know, gentle runs in the garden. And, you know, Taylor and Mumu and him get out and just run stuff around. Usually ends in something getting broke, but it is fun to watch. Anyway, check those guys out. All right, so before we get into the cars, I have a couple cars to show you. I did get an order in that I've been waiting on for some very teeny tiny little screws. I don't know if you guys can see those things, but I tore apart a Kyosho build, cleaned it all up, stuck it away in boxes, and then I went to rebuild it, and I'm missing, you know, some very key parts and these tiny little screws. Now the key parts, thankfully I had enough spares of those on hand that I was able to continue. These screws, oh my goodness, I cannot find these things anywhere. So after hours and hours of searching online, I finally found that what was this, Hobby King had them in stock. They're not the Phillips heads like the Kyosho ones were, but, you know, hex head, they'll have to work. It's not going to be an ultimate, you know, pristine rebuild anyway. So hex hardware I'm fine with, as long as I can put the stupid thing back together. This drove me nuts. Somewhere around here I have stuck away those parts in a little plastic bag just like these, saying, oh, I'll remember exactly where they are. Yep, nope, that didn't happen. I can't find them things for nothing. But I got some wire for just shop supplies, and I got organizational skills done. So in these two boxes are bearings. So these are all the miscellaneous bearings, different sizes of flanged and non-flanged and metric and standard, and everything is organized in here. This one is just Tamiya 1150 and 850 bearings. So this is my Tamiya build box, and this is pretty much everything else. And there's some Tamiya stuff in here as well, but mostly this box here is going to build 85% of the Tamiyas out there. This one has all the different specialty bearings, you know, the bigger carrier bearings for the CCO2s, and some of the bigger hub bearings and stuff, or diff bearings for the TTO2s, stuff like that. And while I was getting done wrapping up with this, I realized I'm not necessarily a brand loyal guy, but, you know, I find a brand I like and I stick with them. So in every package of bearings that you order from TRBRC, whether it's, you know, 10-piece bearing, a 20-piece bearing set, a 30-piece bearing set, or, you know, a full car bearing set, he sends along a sticker with it. The full car bearing sets usually come with the small little 4-pack of stickers, and the bigger, you know, bulk bearing type purchases come with the bigger oval TRBRC. Now I've got probably half dozen of these things stuck on random things and, you know, all over the place. My laptop, out in the garage, on the toolbox, all over the place. I just counted, there's 36 of them in here. So if you guys have ever wondered if I put bearings in all my kits, yes, I put bearings in all my kits. I bought a lot of bearings. So if you guys are watching from TRB, RC, if you guys want to do a trade of, like, you know, free couple packs of bearings for, you know, a big block of stickers, hey, hit me up. I just thought that was funny. That was just a buttload of stickers to have from, you know, any vendor. Now, speaking of buttload of stickers, shoo, thankfully, these are empty decal sheets now. Stickers, decals, whatever you want to call them. I think there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. There's 2 little .com things, and then the little on-off stickers. I never put the on-off stickers on my cars. But that means we finally got the Subi done. And man, oh man, oh man, was this a lot of stickers. So roughly 104, 105 some odd decals on this thing. Now, some of them are really big, like, you know, this big guy was all one piece, and you have the big STI and the STI, and then, you know, some of the smaller ones are grouped together. You know, all these are grouped together. But overall, everything went on very, very well. Everything lined up the way it was supposed to, even this little where it breaks from the decal up here to the decal down there. Everything went on very well. There's a few little cracks and gaps in some of these kind of crazy ones, and, you know, still have edges that want to lift off because they put the sticker right on the stupid edge. But there are maybe a couple on here that I go back and put some, I take a little bit of the clear that I have extra left up here, and I'll just clip off a little small piece of clear and kind of tape over those edges just to keep them from lifting up so quickly. I did it on the back because the back of the trunk deck back here is a sticker on the top and a sticker on the bottom, and they have to overlap. You're going to see a big blue line, so the one that overlaps wants to peel up. So I just took a big piece of the clear and just, you know, put it on at like a 90-degree angle, and it flattened out nicely. So this is not going to be a speedrun car. The problem is, for the speedrun car, I just cannot run one of these bodies because I know it's going to get trashed. And I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the roof is gorgeous. What is it? The brushed aluminum? It's a PS brushed aluminum or color, and it's not mirrored like chrome, but it looks like, you know, a sanded, finely sanded, not quite polished aluminum lid. So that looks really, really cool. I like that. So this is one that I got at Christmas time, and I finally got it together, and it looks fantastic. So initial thought was, oh, I'm just going to make this into a rally car. No, I'm not. I can't. No. This one's going to stay street. Now, I do have it built on the high settings, so I may have to go back in and change that up. Just because right now it should not hit, but I think on the high settings it's going to want to roll a lot more, and it may cause those bottom edges to drag a lot on the pavement. So we'll see. But this will get out and run at some point, but it looks fantastic. And when we do the run video, you know, I'll put up, you know, decent pictures of it. Right now, you know, it's just what it is. And then, since I could not build the Gale Show kit I was working on, I decided, okay, just turn my attention, everything is in a box over there on the floor. Turn my attention to something else. So, we got the basket case RC10 put back together. Now, if you guys don't remember this, or if you guys haven't seen the video, I'll try to put it here. But I bought this in an auction that was local to me, and I thought I was going to get a lot of great deals out of that auction. And it turned out that someone from out of state, because this was a local auction, you had to go pick it up locally. There was zero shipping. So somebody from out of state, and out of country, honestly, and I believe they were in Canada, basically bought damn near the whole auction. I can't remember what the price tag was on it, but the price tag of what they spent was probably 80%, 80 to 90% of the entirety of that auction. And there was, you know, 100 cars in there, at least. Anyway, I bought it sight unseen on the auction pictures. They weren't great auction pictures, and it was dirty. The rear arms were basically like brownish and black and covered in goo. Shocks were all covered in goo. So I knew it had been run, it had been used, and it has not been rebuilt. So I knew there was opportunity there, but didn't really know what I was getting into. Overall, it's in great shape. The bottom is scuffed up on the front and the rear, but it's not terrible. But if you guys notice, there's a little, window here, and there's a hole in the side of the chassis there that shouldn't be there. Evidently the on-off switch that they had on their ESC didn't work anymore, so they put a big rocker switch and just mounted it through the chassis, so the rocker switch was on the bottom. Worst thing you could possibly put there, because as soon as the car goes, you've turned your car off. So I'm sure that didn't last long. They took a lot of time to meticulously cut out a big ass hole in the car to put that switch in, and then probably 5 minutes into driving and smacking on the ground or dragging the grass, it kept cutting off. So they went and got a rocker switch, like a toggle switch, and drilled through the side of the chassis and put it back here, which once the body's painted, that'll cover up, and unless you flip it over, you're not really going to see that. Not that big of a deal. But that one came up not too long after I bought this one, so we decided that one's going to remain a shelf queen. This one is going to be the runner of the two, and I have it pretty much ready to go. I need to paint the body and paint the wing. I need to get the wing cut out, paint the wing. But the biggest thing is I don't have the wing stay, which I can get some piano wire and bend that up. I don't have the wing mount, so I do have to go. I meant to do it, I just kept forgetting to do it, so I need to go get wing mounts from somewhere, probably a 3D print file or something, print some out just to have them on there. I'm not worried about this being 100% authentic, although right now it pretty much all is, except for the electronics. Rebuilt the shocks. They seem to be holding oil. Like I said, there was a lot of oil. And the one thing I found when I rebuilt this, because literally the whole rear end of this car was a big block of black goo from the shocks leaking and grease leaking out of the transmission and all that stuff from running. So once I chipped everything off, there's actually an MIP transmission in here. So it's the MIP case for the Stealth transmission, and it has the MIP ball diff in here. So in there is a nice setup MIP ball diff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, have better luck with this thing than I have with other ball diffs. Now, speaking of cars that I thought I had problems with ball diffs, the Cougar is going to get looked at, but right now the Cougar's guts are in here. I've got the motor, ESC, and receiver out of it. I did stick, another servo in here just because there's no point in me, taking the servo out of that and putting it in here to then pick up. Anyway, rambling. So this will get out and get run. I do have to get the body finished and, like I said, get the wings sorted and get that finished as well. But that's coming up. So we have, an RC10 built, and we have the Subi finished off. So both of, well, this is, done. This is probably 80% done. I just got to get the paint on there. So I got 2 or 3 decal sets. I know I ordered 2 different ones because I wasn't sure which livery I wanted to put on here, and then one set I think I got somewhere else. So I have technically 3 sets of MCI decals for this, if not possibly more. So I may go, I don't necessarily want to go box art like the orange one. So if you guys have any ideas of paint colors for this one, hit me up. I've got a whole wall of paint here. I can pretty much do almost any color, and I don't mind going to the hobby shop and getting some paint or whatever else follows me home. Hope my wife doesn't watch this video. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me rambling. Speedrun car has been ordered. The last couple parts should be here either this week or early next week. So I'm hoping this coming up weekend I can get things knocked out, get that car built, and it's going to take a little bit longer than a regular TT02 build because I'm going to shim everything to make sure there's no excess play and wiggle woggle in it, and get everything set in the same position. Just trying to keep it in a straight line ish. And then I think what we're going to do with the Speedrun Challenge car is I think we're going to go ahead and build it brushed. I've got I'm pretty sure I have a 15 turn Holmes motor over there, and I can stick a 1060 in there and that in there, hopefully not fry the 1060, yeah, we'll see, and give that a go and see what we can do brushed, and just kind of get a feel for the car and get a shakedown of the car and make sure everything's going left and right and forwards and backwards the way it should be. And then we'll stick insanely overpowered 3S brushless system in there and either, you know, send it to the moon or send it into a curb at 50 miles an hour. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to shut up now. Everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. See you. I should have been prepared, but I was not. One of these days I'll learn how to YouTube. Probably not.